Chair is your support. You can use one hand or two hands for a bit of support, and I like to kind of line it up with the backs of my feet, so getting to the side of it. And we're going to start with our outside leg, our right leg, and it's going to feel like if anyone did ballet as a kid? Yeah, I hated it. It was lots of you had to be really precise, and I was like, oh, this is so boring. So I just did other dancing, but you're going to feel a bit like you're in ballet because we're going to be lifting our legs. This is going to help us build up to fan kicks and little leg kicks, okay? We won't do them this week. So you can use one hand or you can even use two, and we're going to take this right leg and take it in front of us. So level one, lift it up about a couple of inches and just tap your toe down. So I'm pointing my foot and lowering it. And see how when you do this, you do have to engage your core a little bit because you're just gently lifting that leg. You're not swinging it, you're just lifting it. And your whole back of your leg is also working. So this is a support, and this can also be a support. And if you're feeling comfortable, level two is to take it to about hip height. But if you feel like you have to swing, and fling yourself up, just start with those couple of inches up. So we're going to do 3 rounds of 8. So we're going to go, so the first those didn't count. So 2, 3, 4, if you need to shake your leg at some point, go for it. 5, 6, maybe just do 2, 7, 6, 8. Have a little shake of your leg, think like a doggy, cocking his leg. Have a little shake, and then let's just do one more round because it's week 1, let's not be mean. So 1, 2, and because we're going to do something else, 3, 4, 5, 3 more, 6, 7, 8. Can you hold it in the air for a second? And drop it. Yeah, I know, awful. And remember, you've got the other leg to do. I won't forget about that, boo-boo. Okay, so we're going to go out to the side this time. So again, a fan kick when we get to do them goes up and around. So it's getting the mobility in the front and also in the side. So again, take your leg out to the side and just lift it like a tiny bit up off the floor, like that much, and just sliding it in. So you're going up and in. And I'm using this hand to stop me from peeling over. And I find for me, my hips aren't super great. So for me, this is about a good height. But you might be able to go higher. I am counting, that was 5, I think, 6, 7, and 8. Slow it, have a little rest. Woo. And we're going to do 8 more. And you can put your hand on your stomach so you can feel it engaging, or you can pop it on your hip, or you can hold it out for a bit of balance. Up to you. Woo! 6, we'll just say 7, 8. You never trust a trainer's count because it's always off. Have a little shake. Okay, let's go and do the other side. Just knock it out, get it over and done with. So, yeah, awful. So this is your support. Your left foot is now out, that outside leg, beautiful work. So it can come off just the tiniest bit. 2, or it can go to waist high. But if you feel like you have to really swing your leg and use momentum, take it down because it's not going to build any strength or any real flexibility. What was that, 6? Something like that, 7, 8. Never hurts to do a few more on the left. Most people aren't good on the left. Oh, you could do another round. Oops. 1, down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and have a little shake. And so out to the side, probably one leg will feel better. It just will, unless you're really symmetrical, but most of us will have one hip a bit higher than the other. I definitely do. My right hip sits up a bit. So we're just going to lift that outside leg again. So we're just going to go out find that quite tricky. This leg is not as strong as my left leg. 6. And if you start to feel like, oh, I'm really flying into it, 8, have a little rest. Yeah, you can just make that a really small leg lift. There's no shame in it being like that, because that's working. 3, 4, 5, but the good news is you get to sit down in a second. 6, 7, yes, last one, 8, oh, awful. Oh, have a rest. Okay, come and sit your bum on your chair, because your next 2 little moves that we're going to work up to are all sitting on our chair, so that's nice. You can take your legs nice and wide. So the other bit of the chair when we move in some of our little tricks and things is it does work your core and your both your lower stomach muscles and your obliques, like your side ones. So we're going to do, I don't like sit-ups or things like that. It makes me feel like I'm in a gym, and that's not the vibe I want to give you guys. It's not the vibe I want to give myself. And also they can be really bad on some people's necks, and it's really easy to swing, and then you're not really gonna, it's not gonna help you in the long run, yeah? So you can take your hands up behind your ears, like you're listening for the cheers and the applause that will come later. And I just want you to aim your elbow, right elbow to your right knee. And it might be here, and you start to slouch forward. So use the mirror. I know it's not the most attractive pose. And if you feel like you start to dip forward, come up a little bit higher. Coming up. There. And then take your elbow towards your knee. And up. So you're aiming towards your knee, but if you feel like your body starts to swing forward, you don't want to go too low. So your little crunches might be here. And I can feel that. And this will really help you when you go to want to lift your legs off your chair. Like, just trust me on that. Have a little rest for a second, shake your arms out. Let's do 8 more. So 8 is both sides, like 1 is both sides. So 1. And I always like to, really think about that top elbow lifting up into the sky so that I'm not hunching forward. 3. This is number 4. This is number 5. 6. 7. And last one. 8. So that will definitely help you when we come to wanting to do things where we lift our legs up, okay, because that all comes from your stomach, because if you use momentum you might fall off, and I definitely don't want that. Last thing that we're going to do is a little hold. So I want you to just come to the side of your chair, any side, doesn't matter, and you're just going to grab onto your chair. So it can be just onto your bum, so you can, so if you don't have a little hold like me, or you've got like more of a dining chair, you can grab just like at the base of the chair. So see how I'm not really grabbing the side, I've just got my hands sort of flat. Beautiful. Okay, and it's just want you to bring your feet out so that they're under and in line with your knees, so you can check yourself in the mirror. Okay, and then I just want you to lift your bum up. Everyone's going to hold. 2, 3, and you can have a little song. Breathe, everyone. And drop your bum down. One more, lift your bum up. Squeeze your bum cheeks.